Futureproof. What made you write this book?
That's interesting because I wrote a previous book, which was how do we get here, really, like being the bad guys, and how do we get to the place where Christians are finding it a struggle as Christians to live in the culture in terms of hostility. And this was really a book of how do we go from here? I didn't want to just dive into how bad things were again. I wanted to say, what does it mean to navigate the cultural changes? And the front cover, people say you can't judge a book by its cover, but I thought they did great cover work with a very sort of spirally look on it that looks like a roller coaster.
Mm.
What we're experiencing in the West, never mind Christianity, is rapid discontinuous change. We're
Mm.
finding things shifting in ways that we didn't realize, or we're finding things that we thought would be 30, 40, 50 years ahead of us now. We're seeing technology do things that we didn't anticipate. We're seeing governments rise and fall very quickly. It's that sense of discombobulation. I love that word. Where are we going, and how can we not predict it? Well, you can't predict black swan events,
Mhm.
but it feels like everything feels like that at the moment, whether it's a war, whether it's the head of the university being sacked over, all the language issues, all those things
Yeah.
are changing all the time. And Christians are caught in the middle of that, I think.
Do you see that going on in Australia? I mean, of course, we see that. It seems like it's going on throughout the West. We just had Michael Graham on from the Great Dechurching. And in the United States, we saw the drop off of 20 million people, or excuse me, 40 million people from church over the
Wow.
last 25 years. Now, some people have disagreed with the stats, but do you see something similar going on in Australia?
Yeah, the last two census, or censi, whatever you want to call them, censuses. I don't know if it's
Sensei. Oh,
censi.
wait.
Rowdy and censi. Yeah. 2016 and 2021, I had the no religion question. And in Australia, an extra 900,000 people each time ticked that. And we are a low church. We're low in nominalism anyway. No, we're not like the States. We don't have people who turn up. We've never had the base that you've had, but you're seeing a drop off of any nominalism and a thinning out of how regular people are anyway. So not only are you seeing a loss of anything of people going at all or considering themselves even Christianized, but you're seeing people that do go thin out the number of times they do go and thin out their commitment to the place they go and change up the place they go on a regular basis. You've got a lot of churn at a time when it feels that there's already a lot of cultural churn. And that's across the West. The UK is even worse.
It's interesting as you mentioned that because in the United States,